Alright, this video was requested by Charles for some solo Savate drilling, and this is great because I was planning on doing this video anyway. We're going to cover Charlemont's 24 solo drills in his 1899 book on Savate. So without further ado, let's get into his instructions for these drills, and then we'll get into demonstrating the drills. Okay, so the instructions are essentially that all of these drills are to be done by yourself, solo. They are not partner drills, and that any of the drills that have several parts, you return to the original starting position in each of them as if they were separate drills, even if they're combination drills. And then if, basically it should be understood, he goes into some kick terminology, he simplifies things, basically saying, if he specifies kick to the face, the body, whatever, if it's a round kick, what we would call a round kick, or fouetté in modern Savate, he's just going to refer to it as a horizontal kick. Which is going to be irrelevant to this video because we're not going to be speaking in those terms. And then the last thing is understand that if the kick is to be done in place, that you return to the original stance that you started from, i.e. you're not moving. If the kick is to be done by walking, that means that after you throw the kick, the foot is going to land forward into the next stance, into the next position. And if the kick is to be done by breaking, that you will actually draw the leg back and change guard. So the idea is to create new space between you and what would be your opponent. So basically, these drills, you are going to either be standing in place, moving forward, or moving backward after the kick is finished. And that's it for the general instructions, and then each of the exercises, remember there's 24 of them, has its own specific. Charlemont also says in the very first part of the book that all these drills should be practiced left and right, so ambidextrously. That should always go without saying, but I feel I should mention it. This should be needless to say, but as you are practicing these drills, start off slow and eventually work up to what would be kind of a live speed, but only do so as long as you can maintain technical precision. I will be demonstrating these techniques primarily in the old form as demonstrated in the manual, but some of the modern stuff may sneak in here and there. And I do generally recommend that when you are practicing your kickboxing, you take the shapes and the guards and the forms that serve you the best. Old, new, it doesn't matter as long as it is functional. So the first and second exercises are on changing your guard. The first exercise is taking and changing your guard. So keep in mind with the classical Savate guard, it's very much a fencing guard. So the back foot tends to be turned out, the front foot tends to be forward. You're going to have a left guard and a right guard. We're going to go left guard first, as that's kind of standard. The front hand is going to be slightly upturned, made with a fist, should be held pretty close to eye level. The other hand should be held in front of the chest without touching. You should be probably about 50-50 on your stance, if not just a touch back weighted. You can also do this with a more modern guard, and I'm not actually a fan of this square, cornered fencing stance. And maybe it's just the Wing Chun in me, but I prefer a more natural position on my feet. So please don't feel like you have to be super formal with this, and maybe practice both ways because this is going to be useful for you. So when we change guard, all we're basically going to do is you're gonna pivot the front foot as you step forward into the next guard and settle in, and you're going to change your hands. The second exercise is composed of two parts. First, walking while changing the guard. The which is basically you're just going to be continuously changing your guard forward and continuously changing your guard backward, i.e. passing steps, stepping through. And the second part is what we would refer to as replacing footwork or gathering and splitting footwork. And all this is you bring your feet together and then separate them again, and you will be doing so in your guard. So you will be maintaining your stance and your guard in the one direction the entire time. So those are your first two exercises. Let's get into those. The third exercise is just throwing the straight strike to the face while standing in place, going through the full motion of from guard to load to full strike. And he specifies first throw it 10 times and then throw it 20 times, and then of course do, change your guard and do it from the other side. So you're going to be practicing left and right. So this is a total of 30 repetitions on each for the exercise. 10 first, and then a second set of 20. I would like to add in there, on top of that, as a fully autonomous modern human being, you can modulate the reps and how many punches you want to throw over time. Excuse me, you do not have to confine yourself to 2 sets with a doubling on the second set. Fourth exercise is practicing your low kick, your coup de pied bas. And when you do this, you are going to do it in 3 ways. So essentially this exercise has 3 parts. You will throw it stationary, you will throw it while walking forward, and then you will throw it while breaking backwards. The 5th exercise is the standing horizontal kick as well as walking forward and backwards. Again, this kick, modern times, is just called fouetté, or people will know it as a round kick. The 6th exercise is running a fake low kick into a round kick. And you will do this in place, walking forward and backwards. It is also given that you do not put the foot down between the 2 kicks. He also makes sure to note that when you are throwing the 2 kicks in succession, you will rotate on, he says, the tip of the foot, the ball of the foot, when you're doing this, as opposed to when you do it on in place, you will rotate the foot out. So the idea, preset the hip and then throw the kick. So when you're doing it in place, preset the hip, get stable, throw the kick, whereas doing this one, you don't have any balance on your heel when you're in movement like this, so he wants you to pivot on the ball of the foot. Seventh lesson is going to be the round kick, the fouetté, into the chassé croisé, which is the crossover side kick or cross behind side kick. You will be running the two in succession. This one is only marching forward, no marching back, no in place. The eighth exercise is going to be doing the round kick again, the fouetté, with just stepping down and changing your guard at the end of the kick, as opposed to before where we would kick and gather, kick and replace. We're now coming through with the kick. Next, in number 9, we have a 2-hit combo of a low kick followed by a round kick. You will be staying in your same guard the entire time, walking forward and backward, and then, of course, changing your guard and doing the other side. The 10th exercise is the same as the previous, except instead of the round kick, you will now be throwing the front snap kick, the direct kick. Okay, the 11th drill is kind of a fun one. So you're going to throw a fake low kick, followed, and you're going to turn forward. You're going to step down and turn forward on that so that your right lead is facing, and you're going to throw a fake chassé croisé, and then you're going to throw two real ones, all while marching forward. So and the low kick is also a fake. So you have two fakes followed by two reals. This should be a good pursuit type technique. This one, you're not going to run in a line drill according to the instructions, but you certainly, if you have enough room, could run that, or you can just return to the starting point and just do some repeats. In the 12th exercise, we add a little bit of complexity, adding to the fake low kick a round kick, and then following that, we will have the two crossover side kicks, followed by an immediate placing down and turning kick. 13th exercise is going to have a fake low kick, fake straight punch, step through, step over side kick, and return back. With a breaking step backwards after. The 14th exercise is going to, once again, run a low feint and face strike feint into now a turning kick. The 15th exercise will run a low feint into a round kick, and then you will step back and run a left crossover side kick, chassé croisé. The 16th exercise is going to throw a fake low into a round kick, and then hopping backwards, with a reverse gathering step, and then into crossing side kick, and then back to our original guard. Seventeenth exercise, we're going to do the same low feint round kick combo, and then from there we're going to only do that in place. We're not going to walk with it. We're going to bring it back to the stance, and then we're going to do a turning kick. These are all three kicks are done with the same leg, and then you'll end up back in your guard. The 18th exercise appears to be the same as the 17th, except that it would, the way that I'm reading it, it seems that the recovery from the round kick is completely turning your back the opposite way, so you'll continue to turn face side around, and as soon as your foot hits, you're going to throw a turning kick back to where you came and come back to your starting point. So the 19th exercise, we're going to set up our low feint into round kick again. We're going to step back across, throw the side kick, step back from the side kick into our original stance, and immediately with the same leg, throw a turning kick, and then again back into our stance. 20th exercise is going to be a balancing act. You're going to be on your left foot the entire time. And so you're going to start with a low kick, feint, and then you're going to draw it back. You're going to throw a side kick, and from there you're going to draw it back, throw another low kick, turn that into a round kick, let it flow back, throw another side kick, let it flow back around, and then you're supposed to, without putting your foot down, as it flows around, full turn into a turning kick. I honestly don't know how you're supposed to throw the turning kick without putting your foot down first. The 21st exercise is going to be 2 jumping kicks followed by a turning kick. So you have a hopping low kick, so you'll be hopping on the one leg, and you're going to follow that up with a hopping side kick. So the way it reads like you're not going to put the foot down, and you're just going to hop into it. And then from that kick, you bring it back and then turn. The 22nd exercise is going to have, again, 2 jumping kicks followed by a turning kick. So we will have hopping with the low kick and landing from that, stepping down, hopping, chassé, actually bring the leg back, and then turning kick. The 23rd exercise will have us again throwing the hopping low kick, and then returning from that, back crossing, returning a hopping side kick, crossing back over, spinning around, and then returning the way we came with a turning kick, all on the same leg. The 24th and final exercise will have you throwing round kicks, and it does say to the face, around in a circle on one leg without putting your foot down. So you go forward, and you'll go quarter turn every time. So each of the 4 cardinal directions: front, side, rear, other side, back to front. So you have 5 revolutions on that, and you're going to reverse the circle. It's going to be the same kick, so you're pivoting in that chambered position and then snapping the kick from the knee and then moving. So then you move backwards, kick, back kick, until you come back around to the front. So you're going to hit the front 3 times, and you're going to hit each of the other 3 directions twice each. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. In the links down below, you can find our social media, and I encourage you to follow us there. Take a look at our blog, where we have articles that go into depth that we just can't do in our video productions. And on top of that, go to our Amazon store and pick out a shirt that you like, and every little bit helps. If you're ever in the Phoenix area, look us up. Come in for a class, come in for open mat, whatever. Love to see you down here. You can find all our contact info on the website. Talk to you guys in the next one. Good journey.